Be Shade McCord and number 34, Roderick Brooks. Here's the whistle. And the kick is away from Adams. Good long kick. McCord will take it at the 10, out to the 15. Here he comes to the 20, around the left side. Now cuts up the middle across the 25. And looks like he'll be brought down in there about the 24-yard line.
He's brought down in there by number 50, Ross Brown.
We have 1:13 to go in the first quarter here at Eagle Field. The score once again, Mildred 8, Wortham 6. And the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Shade McCord, the quarterback for the Wortham Bulldogs. He has Bennett, Brooks, and Roderick in the backfield with him. This time mix up in the backfield. And McCord just takes turns it upfield. Fortunately, he'll get about 3 out of the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Joe McFarland led the Mildred Eagle defense as they converged on the ball carrier that time.
The Wortham Bulldogs face 2nd down, 7. The ball is resting on about the 34-yard line. Shade McCord still in at quarterback, 2 tight end formation, 3 men in the backfield, full house backfield. McCord take handoff to Chris Jones. Chris Jones off left tackle and then drags a couple of the Mildred defenders about an extra 2 yards. A good run there by Chris Jones. And a whole slew of Mildred Eagles in on the tackle. Number 15, Tim Gordon in on the tackle.
Number 62, Olin Williams, was the man that was on the bottom of that pile. That's what I was waiting to see if I could catch his number. He was a little slow getting
wait
up.
Just a minute. 3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. McCord with the snap. He'll take it and give it off to the first man through, Larry Bennett. Bennett having a big night. The ball's on the ground, and Mildred will recover on their own 45-yard line.
Number 12, Mike Greenup, was the man that came up off the ground with that football.
That sometimes will happen on those second efforts, as Bennett was grabbed by a couple of Mildred defenders. He broke loose, and in the struggle trying to get away and get that extra yardage, the ball came loose. And the Mildred Eagles with another big turnover to their favor. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Tommy Howell, the quarterback for the Mildred Eagles, sends a man wide left, a man wide right. They'll flank out Ray Adams. In motion goes number 44. That's Jeff Weaver. Here's the snap. Ball's on the ground again as Howell takes the snap and tries to get the handoff to Ray Adams. The ball on the ground, and he'll lose about 6 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 16. The ball will be resting on the Mildred Eagles on 39-yard line, and that is the end of the first quarter.
I saw exactly how that one happened. There was a Wortham Bulldog in the backfield and batted the ball away when he tried to hand off. He got between him and the handoff man.
Good defensive play. The end of the first quarter here. The score, Mildred 8, Wortham 6. High school football will continue on Key News right after this word.
In school, they told us it was called supply and demand. We call it finding the best way to meet a need every single day. In the same enterprising spirit that makes our country great, Jiffy Mart recognized the need to offer busy Tri-County residents more convenience in the stops they make with fast self-service shopping and quality name brand merchandise and easy-to-find displays. But you needed more, so the Jiffy Mart added no waiting checkout. Now that makes the Jiffy Mart so much better. Visit one soon. The Jiffy Mart's located throughout the Tri-County area.
We're back to action at Eagle Field here in Fairfield, and at the end of the first quarter, the Mildred Eagles have a 2-point lead over the Wortham Bulldogs, 8-6, and we're having problems with the clock at this time. Might want to mention a few more things as we look this over. In some of the top scoring games in the Golden Circle football statistics, Wortham tied. Made 50 points or scored 50 points against Riesel this year. And we have the clock reset now. And as Joe's already mentioned, the Wortham Bulldogs are averaging for the season 243.3 yards per game, which is not a bad average for a 1A high school football team. The Mildred Eagles now out of the huddle. The quarterback, Tommy Howell. Man will flanked wide right. Howell wants to throw. The quick look outside. He tries to get it out there to Tim Gordon. The pass will go incomplete, but he had a lot of pressure put on him there by a couple of the Wortham defenders, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 16.
He did have a lot of pressure, and it looked like the receiver was thinking that somebody else was supposed to have been over there, and he kind of let it go. He he didn't even really get his hands up to even make a try on it.
Number 86, Larry Bennett, was the man that was putting the pressure on him in the backfield back there that time, and he just overthrew his intended receiver.
And the Eagles will break the huddle once again. Wide left to be Mike Greenup. They'll flank a man to the right. Another flanker left. Coming in motion will be number 44, Jeff Weaver. He'll come in motion to the near side of the field. Back will be Howell. The screens tried to set up. Howell tried to get it into number 10, Robbie Robinson, in a great defensive play there by number 77, Rodney Price.
A 220-pound senior, and he was right in the middle of that screen play. If he had intercepted it, he could have had a lineman's dream as he plodded towards the goal line down there.
11:51 remaining in the second quarter. It's 4th down and 16 facing the Mildred Eagles, so they'll have to punt it away. Punting it away will be Tim Garden. Dropping back deep for the Bulldogs will be number 34. That's Roderick Brooks. Low snap, it'll hit the ground, but Garden will get it off. It's a low punt. McCord will pick it up at his own 20. Here he comes, 20, 25, 30. The ball's on the ground, and fortunately, number 86, Larry Bennett, is there to recover for the Wortham Bulldogs on about the 33-yard line, and catastrophe almost hit the Wortham Bulldogs once again.
I tell you, number 71, John Brown, came by there and just reached out and swatted at the ball when the ball carrier passed him and knocked the ball to the ground.
11:39 remaining in the first half here at Eagle Field. Once again, the score, Mildred 8, Wortham 6. The Wortham Bulldogs will now take over 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Shade McCord still in at quarterback for the Bulldogs. He'll go with 2 tight ends this time. Flanker left, 2 men in the backfield. McCord takes the snap. He'll take and hand it off in there to number 8, Chris Jones. Pardon me, that wasn't Chris Jones. Those numbers are sometimes hard to see on those dark jerseys. He hands it off to Larry Bennett, number 86.
Number 71, John Brown, was the Eagle that led the tackle, and then he had help from number 77, Lance Morlock.
2nd down 9 facing the Wortham Bulldogs. McCord now brings his Wortham Bulldogs to the line of scrimmage. Full house backfield. McCord spins, hands it off in there to number 34, Brooks. Brooks breaks out in the open across the 40-yard line, and looks like he will have enough yardage for another Wortham Bulldog first down.
He was stopped in there by number 11, Tommy Howe, 145-pound junior safety. And when your safety's making your tackles, that means the runner just almost broke free, didn't he?
11:02 remaining. We'll have an official timeout. 11:02, that is, remaining in the first half, and we'll have an official timeout for the measurement. The ball is resting about on the 44.5-yard line. Let's see what will happen here on the measurement. And it will be another Wortham Bulldog first down, so they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line with 11:02 remaining in the first half, and the Bulldogs trailing the ball game right now by a score of 8-6. Leslie Tackett will bring the play in from head coach Dan Bateman of the Wortham Bulldogs. He'll give it to Shade McCord. McCord now will call the play in the huddle. They'll break the huddle. The Bulldogs will send a man wide left, Leslie Tackett, a man wide to the right. Ball is placed on the hash mark near to the press box. McCord wants to throw it, throws it deep, and let's see who comes up with it. Incomplete. And we had a real battle down there between number 8, Chris Jones,
and number 11, Tommy Howe. They just went up with Chris Jones and fought him all the way to the ground, and the ball came loose and went out of bounds.
So the pass will fall incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down 10 facing the Wortham Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs will come to the line of scrimmage once again. McCord, the quarterback, a man wide left. He'll have Chris Jones flanked out to the near side of the field. And McCord will take and hand it off to the first man through once again. And that'll be number 86, Larry Bennett. Bennett crashes across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 7 facing the Wortham Bulldogs.
He stopped in there by number 71, John Brown. Was able to get him down about the middle of the line.
I'll correct that for you right quick.
Thank you.
There you go. Meantime,
I have it out there in invisible ink.
Oh, okay. Meantime, McCart drops back, wants to throw deep again, and he'll try to get it out to number 10 again, Leslie Tackett, a split-in 145-pound senior. The pass overthrown. It'll go incomplete, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 7 facing the Wortham Bulldogs.
Neither team is having a whole lot of success passing tonight. That's the 4th pass by Wortham. Mildred has already had 6 passes. Mildred has had 1 completion and 1 interception.
Shade McCord will do the punting for the Wortham Bulldogs. Back deep will be number 15, Tim Gordon, and he'll be standing around on about his own 20-yard line. Here's the snap. McCord, a left-handed punter, gets the punt away. It's not a very good punt. High and short. Going to hit about the 40, down to the 35, and it'll die there at the 34-yard line. And the Mildred Eagles will take over with pretty good field position once again.
That punt didn't cover very much territory and was a high end-over-end type kick, and when it hit the ground in that soft turf, it just didn't bounce.
It didn't bounce at all. It just kind of went flush.
Yeah.
Maybe rolled a yard at most.
And for you people out there wondering how he's kicking it with his hand,
it's his left-footed passer.
Oh, did I say
left-handed kicker?
Oh, a left-footed kicker, pardon me. This time the Eagles on offense. They'll send a man wide to the right. Ray Adams in motion. Hal will pitch it out to number 10, Robbie Robinson. Robinson out around right in, and he's out across the 35, the 40, and he'll be brought down on about the 42-yard line. A good gain on the play.
Number 77, Lance Morlock, was able to sprint out to the outside there with him and turn the play back to the inside to enable some more of the Wortham Bulldog defense to get in there.
Call it a gain of 8. It'll bring up 2nd down 2 facing the Mildred Eagles. Tommy Howell will bring his squad out of the huddle, and he'll send a man wide to the right on the far side of the field, Tim Gordon. Unbalanced line to the right. Howell takes the snap. He'll give it off to Robbie Robinson. Robinson out across the 45 to the 46, and he'll have enough for the Eagle first down.
Number 67, Kelly Butler, was the man that made the stop.
1st and 10 for the Mildred Eagles. And that'll be the Eagles' 3rd first down of the night with 9:07, now 9:05 remaining in the first half, and the Mildred Eagles leading this ball game 8-6 over the Wortham Bulldogs. We are live from Eagle Field. Hal, the quarterback for the Mildred Eagles. He'll send a man flanked wide left. 2 tight ends, 1 on each side. Hal wants to throw. It'll be picked off by number 28. That's Doug Shipp. Shipp comes around the right side. He's across the 40, 45, and he'll be brought down right about midfield. And another big turnover in the ball game. This one going to the Wortham Bulldogs.
Number 75, Todd Jones, was the man that had to trade roles right quick from offense to defense in order to bring the ball carrier down.
The nose of the football just into Mildred Eagle territory, where the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 with good field position after a big turnover. Doug Shipp coming up with the interception for the Wortham Bulldogs. Meantime, Shade McCord, the senior quarterback, 160-pounder, he'll take the snap, pitch it back to Brooks. Brooks around right side. He crashes across the 45. He'll get down to about the 44.
He's stopped in there by number 10, Robbie Robinson.
Give him about 5 on the carry. It'll bring up a 2nd down 5 facing the Wortham Bulldogs. The ball resting on about the 44.5-yard line as the Bulldogs will come out of the huddle once again. McCord, the quarterback. They'll go with 2 tight ends, a full house backfield. McCord with the snap. He'll take spin, hand it off in there to number 8, Chris Jones. Jones puts his head down, barrels forward, and looks like he'll be close to another Bulldog first down.
Ray Adams, number 18, and I'm like you now, I'm having trouble spotting those numbers out there as the uniforms are starting to take on the soil color.
I'll tell you what, we have to give quite a bit of credit to that Wortham offensive line, especially from the center and the 2 guards. Norman Van Hook and Kelly Butler, the 2 guards playing for the Wortham Bulldogs, doing an extremely good job opening the hole, as well as Richard Bailey, the center. Every time the Bulldogs have run it up the middle, they've always pretty much had a pretty good hole to run through, and it'll be a first down, and the ball resting on just inside the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wortham Bulldogs. 8 minutes remaining in the first half here at Eagle Field. Bulldogs out of the huddle once again. Shade McCord, the quarterback. He'll send a man not wide left, but they'll go with the 2 tight end formation, full house backfield. McCord rolls left, has some room, breaks out across, and he'll get out to the 35 and get about 5 out of the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down 5 facing the Wortham Bulldogs.
Number 81, Joe McFarland, was the man that tripped the ball carrier up that time.
And I'll tell you what, the Bulldogs once again executing that blocking. As McCord rolled out to the left, he got a block from his lead back. Roderick Brooks wiped out the cornerback or the defensive end out there, allowing McCord to cut up the field. And the officials will spot the ball right at the 35-yard line. Once again, second down, 5. The clock running with 7:10 remaining in the ball game. This time, McCord takes and he'll hand it off up the middle. And he'll give it off in there to, well, I haven't been able to see this one's number as of yet. Number 2, that's Pep Batts. And he'll get about 1 out of the play. It'll bring up 3rd down, 4, facing the Wortham Bulldogs.
He stopped in there by number 65, Ricky Hill, and number 71, John Brown, the middle of the Mildred line.
That time, Mildred stacking up the middle and not allowing the Bulldogs to break up the middle as they have been all night. Out of the straight T formation now. Man wide left for the Bulldogs. Here's the snap. McCord will take. He'll give it off to Brooks. Ooh, a good hit there by number 11, Tommy Howell, as him and Brooks ran head on. And let's see if it's enough for the 1st down.
Also number 65 in on that play, Ricky Hill. That was what you would refer to as your sandwich tackle.
Of excellent open field tackle made there by Tommy Howell.
Boy, that hurt plumb up here.
I guarantee it did. One in the front and one in the back, you know.
Well, oh, that's some hard hitting on both sides. Both sides doing excellent blocking and excellent tackling.
But Brooks getting enough yardage for the 1st down, so it's 1st and 10. The ball resting on the 30-yard line. McCord will take the snap and hand it off to the first man through once again for the Bulldogs. And that will be Larry Bennett. Bennett across the middle. He'll get a couple out of the carry. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 facing the Bulldogs.
He's stopped in there again by Ricky Hill and John Brown, the middle of the line.
5:50 remaining in the 1st half here at Eagle Field. 2nd down and 8 facing the Wortham Bulldogs. And they've already had about 2 or 3 first downs in this drive. McCord, the quarterback, 2 tight ends. He'll take the snap, rolls left, wants to pass, looks out at Brooks in the flats. Instead, he'll find in the open Leslie Tackett, and he'll get the pass out to Tackett. Looks like Tackett will have enough for the 1st down, and he's going to be brought down on about the 19-yard line.
We have a flag on the play, and number 15, Tim Garden, was the defender that finally brought the receiver down.
And as Mike said, we do have a penalty on the play. The preliminary signal is holding against the Bulldogs. That'll be a 10-yard penalty, and hate to see that. That's not very good for the Bulldogs right now, as they had another 1st down, and inside the 20-yard line will mark off 10, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 18. So that's a big penalty in the ball game where the Bulldogs are facing a 1st down. They have the holding penalty called against them, and now they'll be facing 2nd down and 18 instead of 1st and 10 from their 19. A big penalty there. 5.5 minutes remaining in the 1st half. Mildred 8, Wortham 6. This time the Bulldogs will send Chris Jones wide to the right. The men wide left, 2 men in the backfield. McCord wants to throw. He finds wide open in the middle, 37. That's Harlan Malone. And Malone gets out across the 20-yard line, or pardon me, the 25, down to about the 23, and a big gainer there. Not quite enough for the 1st down, but they made a lot of that yardage back in one play.
Mike Greenup, number 12, and number 77, Lance Morlock, were the 2 Eagle defenders.
Pardon me, he did get inside the 20-yard line. We'll have a measurement for the 1st down. I tell you what, fellas, I've never seen so many measurements in one football game, I don't believe.
We may have to substitute for the chain gang here.
We might set a record on measurements tonight. Anyway, it is a 1st down. The ball resting once again on the 19-yard line.
Well, you know, we got some officials
for the Bulldogs
that are doing the playoff game, and they're giving everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Sure. I mean, I'm not criticizing anyone. I'm just commenting about how many.
But if it's within a yard, they may.
Why, sure. Yeah, they need to. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. And the Bulldogs threatening to score once again against the Mildred Eagles. McCord, the quarterback, 2 tight ends. He'll take the snap, fakes the handoff to Jones. Now bootlegs right down across the 15. And he's going to get down to about the 13-yard line.
Number 11, Tommy Howe, was the man on the stop for Mildred that time.
Pick up a 6.
4.5 minutes remaining, or make that 4:50 remaining in the 1st half. And it'll be a pickup of 6, 2nd down, 4, facing the Wortham Bulldogs. Shane McCord still in at quarterback. for the Wortham Bulldogs, the South Zone champions of District 11 1A, coming in with tonight with an 8-1-1 record overall, a 4-0-1 record in South Zone play. McCord, the quarterback, takes the snap, hands it off to Jones. Jones with a big hole on the left side. He's over the 10-yard line. It looks like he'll be down close to about the 5 before he's brought down there by a couple of Mildred defenders.
And that is enough for the first down. That is the 10th first down of the game for Wortham.
He's brought down in there again by number 81, Joe McFarland, and number 11, Tommy Howe.
I'll tell you, you can look off on either side of the field completely away from the action, and you'll see blocking going on. That downfield blocking is still going on, a long ways away from the action.
First and go from the 5 for the Wortham Bulldogs. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Clock are still ticking away. This time McCord will take the snap. He'll give it off to number 44 this time, William Allen. And let's see, Allen might have got about 1 on the carry. It'll bring up second and goal from about the 4.
Mike Greenup was the man that led the Eagle charge to bring the ball carrier down that time.
Make it a carry of 2, pardon me. It's going to be second and goal from about the 2.5. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. McCord with the snap. He'll give it to Jones. Jones goes off left side, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the goal line. And it'll bring up third and goal from about the half-yard line.
Olin Williams, Ricky Hill, John Brown, all 3 of them, the middle of the Mildred defensive line, all converged on the ball carrier that time. And I tell you, there is some fine play going on out there.
Leslie Tackett and Norman Van Hook coming into the game for Wortham.
McCord, the quarterback, 2 tight ends. Here's the snap, and he'll give it off to number 44, William Allen. Allen puts his head down, plunges across, touchdown Wortham. With 2:46 remaining in the first half, William Allen takes it in from about 1 yard out for the Bulldogs on a third and goal. That makes the score Wortham 12, Mildred 8 with the point after to come. And Wortham will try to kick the extra point. Once again, Rodney Price will be doing the kicking for the Bulldogs. And doing the holding will be Shade McCord. Well, we're going to throw the little blue footballs out now with a touchdown. Everybody's going crazy. It's a fake. McCord takes the snap, throws left, tries to find a man open, waits till the very last second. And a good pass. And it's going to be caught by number, well, if he'll get up where I can see, number 86, Larry Bennett, a great grab there. Pardon me, number 28, that's Doug Shipp. And McCord stayed in there, held on to it to the very last second, and got it in for the 2-point conversion. With 2:46 remaining in the first half, it's Wortham 14, Mildred 8. High school football will continue on K-News right after this word.
Yeah, so what's he see? I'm at the Captain. Somebody tell me. We're inside of land. You did it, Captain Columbus. You discovered America. I did, but what happened to India? Forget the Indies, Chris. I don't know. Queen Isabella, she's expecting some pretty good stuff. Wait, the lookout says he can see people. They're moving very fast, coming in and out of a place called, I can't... Let me see. Oh, but this is Malta Bueno. This is better than the Indies. They got treasure, Captain. They got it at Jiffy Mart. I can't wait to get it back home. They're going to name a day for me. You wait and see. Visit the Jiffy Mart soon in the Tri-County area. You'll be glad you did.
We're back live at Eagle Field. The Wortham Bulldogs just made the touchdown, got the 2-point conversion on the fake as Shade McCord took the snap, rolled left, hung on to it to the very last second, then dumped it off to Doug Shipp in the back of the end zone. The score, Wortham 14, Mildred 8, 2:46 remaining in the first half. We are live from Eagle Field. Bud Kitchens along with Mike Settle and Joe Rushing. Kicking now for the Wortham Bulldogs will be number 77, Rodney Price. Back deep for the Mildred Eagles will be number 18, Ray Adams, and number 15, Tim Gordon. There's the whistle. Here we go with the kick. As Price will get his foot into the ball, it's a low squabbler. It's going to bounce around the 35, down to the 30, roll around back to the 15. And Gordon will pick it up. He's out across the 20, the 25, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 30-yard line, and the Mildred Eagles will take over there 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line.
He's brought out in there by number 10, Leslie Tackett of the Wortham Bulldogs.
Well, so far we've seen several turnovers The Bulldogs getting the interception back on about the 40-yard line, and they returned it to about the 50, took over and drove it to 49 yards, making about 4 first downs on the drive. An excellent drive by the Bulldogs. Meantime, quarterback Tommy Howell for the Mildred Eagles takes the snap, and he'll give it off this time to the first man through, and he gave it in there to number 12, Mike Greenup.
He stopped in there by number 79, Norman Van Hook, 190-pound senior.
Second down and about 6 to go, facing the Mildred Eagles. 2:15 remaining in the first half. Tommy Howell still in the quarterback for the Mildred Eagles. He'll send a man wide left to the near side of the field. 2 men flankered right and left. And coming back in motion will be number 81. That's Joe McFarland. Here's the snap. He'll pitch it out to number 10, Robbie Robinson. Robinson tries to get outside. He's out past the 30 to the 35. Pardon me, and we're going to have a penalty flag.
Making the tackle in was number
25, and I don't have a 25. I don't have a 25 either.
From Wortham?
Right.
Okay, we'll have to dig around back here in our other roster sheets and see if we can't
tell you.
find that.
They caught me from... I saw the number, and I said, maybe I didn't see what I thought I saw.
Okay, let's see. Where it looks like we're going to have a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Mildred Eagles.
I think he kind of thought he got a late hit outside, and he got a little disturbed about it and had words with the Wortham Bulldog, and that was the wrong thing to do because the official was standing right in front of him.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Mildred Eagles. That'll mark it off back to the 20-yard line, and it's going to bring up a second down and about 19, looks like, facing the Mildred Eagles. Minute and a half remaining in the first half with the clock rolling. And Tommy Howell, the quarterback for the Mildred Eagles, will bring them to the line of scrimmage. He'll send them in wide right to the far side of the field. 2 tight ends, 1 on each side. Howell will take the snap. Drops back, wants to throw. Looks downfield, tries to get it out to number 15, Tim Gordon. Gordon with the catch. A missed tackle by the Bulldogs. Gordon gets off down the far sideline, escapes out across the 40, 45. It looks like he'll be brought down about the 47-yard line.
He's brought out in there by number 2, Pep Batts, and number 17, Shane McCard.
So the Mildred Eagles will get a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line, let's call it. With a minute 10 remaining, I think he got out of bounds. The clock won't start. And the Eagles will break the huddle. 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Tommy Howell, the quarterback. In the backfield, he has Ray Adams and Tim Gordon. Now coming back in motion will be number 44, Jeff Weaver. Here's the draw play. It goes to Robinson. Robinson across midfield out to the 45-yard line. He'll be stopped short of the first down. The clock continues to run. And we have under a minute remaining.
Number 79, Norman Van Hook, made a real nice open field takedown there.
2nd down, 1. The ball is resting on about the 45-yard line. Mildred wants a timeout to go over and talk it over with head coach Eddie Dunaway. Tommy Howell, the quarterback, calls timeout with 45 seconds remaining on the clock here in the first half. Wortham leading 14-8.
That's their second timeout, so they've got 1 remaining to use here in the first half. And they really, if they were going to call a timeout, they could have saved almost 20 seconds off the clock. They'd have called it a little earlier. I don't really understand why they waited 20 seconds and ran the clock down to just 45 seconds.
Wortham leads the ball game right now 14-8 over the Mildred Eagles.
I'll tell you what, now this is